Good morning, Stitchy friends. Today is Monday, what's today's? October 5th? I think, yeah. Today's Monday, October 5th, 2025. My name is Addie and welcome to Addie's Crafts and Quilts. This is my little corner of the interweb here on YouTube, where we call FlossTube, where I am documenting my cross stitching journey along with my other crafts such as quilting, and I haven't done any paper crafting yet, but one of these days I will, where I am documenting so I can leave a little bit of a something for my grandchildren and my future great-grandchildren, so that whenever they're ready, they can just look back and see who their Beta was. I'm also hoping that when I do right? That's your disclaimer right there. I don't know what's coming out of my mouth, so please be careful when you're when you're drinking and eating, that you don't choke or splash anything out. Going back, I'm also hoping that as I share my crafting journey with you, I can encourage, inspire, and enable you to create something beautiful or invest in your mental health with a thing or two. Anyway, if you are a new viewer, hello and welcome. I hope you enjoy what you see. You subscribe, leave a heart emoji, leave a comment, tell me what you think about my crazy chaos and how I go from A to Z all over my brain. And, tell me what you think. To my new subscribers and my returning subscribers and my viewers, hello and welcome back. Thank you. I'm feeling the love. I'm seeing your comments. I'm reading your comments, loving everything you're doing, feeling the love and sending the love. Mucho besos y abrazos. Lots of love and kisses. Hugs and kisses. So, what do I have in store for you today? Of course, if you know me with the drama of this damn chair, I'm always going up and down. So if you've been watching me, pretty much you know that I have a drama with this chair. I'm always sliding down. I go up and then it slides down and I go up again. No matter how much, I don't know. Anyway. Moving along. I think it's 3 new starts. Yes, I have 3 starts. I have a couple of whips. One of them includes that football game that my husband, I included with my husband with his football. I have the week 2 for 12 weeks to Christmas, which I sometimes integrate with 12 weeks to Santa, because Christmas is Santa. And I mean, come on, we all know what the meaning of Christmas is. However, my inner child just says Santa, because, who doesn't love Santa? Anyway, going back. So you might hear me say 12 weeks to Santa, or you might hear me say 12 weeks to Christmas. Moving along. So I do have that, and I also have what my plans are for the rest of the week. I'm out of breath. Let me take a sip. I'm trying to talk and tell you, because what happened is this. If I don't tell you what I'm thinking when I think it, I lose a thought. Okay, so my first new start is Elegant Pumpkins. It's from a Just Cross Stitch magazine, a 2015 Just Cross Stitch magazine. This is what it looks like. This is Dawn's fault. Dawn, my stitchy friend Dawn from Craft and Books. She is also on FlossTube here under the name Enchanting Stitches. Ooh. Had a brain fart there. I can't remember what her name was there, but Enchanting Stitching. So she is there, and she was like, I'm starting this. I'm like, okay, I'll start it with you. And this is what I've stitched so far. I am stitching this on a 32 count Lugana, the color of Aloe, and I got it is Signature Series Even Weave by Silk Weaver. I have bought this. Where I got this? I think I got this at a stash sale. So yeah, and I did change a couple of the colors. Like the dark color was like a brown, and I changed it to 550, And then I changed the lavender they called for 553. So this is where it's at. And you can see the sparkly silver, I just changed it to Rainbow Gallery silver. So, and I lost my lighting, but I think this lighting works better. So I'm not gonna plug it in. And I'm liking how it looks on the green, gives it that nice autumny feel. If I have stitch count, I will give you stitch count. If I don't have stitch count, I won't give you stitch count. For example, my next one. Now this one I have to blame Julia from my Stitch Squad friend. Not Stitch Squad, my Stitch Crony friend from Enchanting. I'm sorry. Let's start again. I have to blame my Stitching Crony friend from Julia, who is the Yorkshire crafter. She put out a shout out like, who wants to start this with me? And I'm like, I'll start it with you. Why not? Because who doesn't love a new start? This is called the Stitch Goddess by Tiny Modernist. And this is what I've done. So I am stitching this on a 28 count Lugana by Picture This Plus called Pansy. I am using the DMCs and Krynic, gold Krynic. I'm also did a couple of substitute. One of the substitute I did is for the moon, I put gold beads instead of the 3822. And for the moon rays, I used gold Krynic. I think it was 002 instead of 3822. You can see it right there. And then for the bird's eyes, I just picked up a green bead I had laying around there, and I, instead of stitching it with the, because it called for the yellow, the 3822, I'm like, nope, I'm gonna put up a gold bead. So this is how much I've stitched so far. If I'm right, I did 933 stitches. Yes, because I had it on my Markup XP. I did 933 stitches on this one. I stitched for one day, which was on Friday, October 3rd, and this is how much I've done. So I am enjoying it. I'm enjoying the color. This orange right here is the start of her here. So yes, I am enjoying it. It is beautiful, and I'm excited to start working on it again. When I'll start on it again, I have no idea, but I'm thankful that I was able to start on it and work on it. And this has officially, I have officially started all 5. Is it 4 or 5 on? Yuletide, Witch, T, B, 5. I have officially started all 5 of Tiny Modernist Little Goddesses, because yes, she has 5 of them, and now it's official. I have all 5 of them. So, and in all 5 of them, I have done some kind of modification, because I'm not me if I don't do that. I'll get some water. The next one I have started is a small start, but I've started it, and I'm going to see if I can finish, because it's a small. I think it measures like 83. I think it measures like 83 by 35 or something like that. It's this one is by Primrose Cottage, called Hello Autumn. It was a freebie. It was a Friday freebie, so it's still available. Check your emails if you're subscribed to the letterhead. If not, go ahead and subscribe to the letterhead so you can get your Friday freebies. Primrose Cottage. I'm not using the fancy floss. I just picked 5 colors that are very similar to the picture, and this is what I've done. And I started this last night. Like, this is an hour stitching, not even a whole hour, because I was kind of sleepy, but I was like, I needed to stitch. I'm stitching this on a 25 count Lugana even weave. I think it's the color Natural. I picked this little piece up from Hobby Lobby, so whatever the color is from Hobby Lobby, this is what it is. And I think those were my new starts for this week. I think those are my new starts for this week. For my whips, my first whip is Autumn Rules by Primrose Cottage. This is what Autumn Rules looks like. This is where Autumn Rules was before I started. I picked it back up. It is being stitched on a 28 count Lugana by the color of Mushrooms. And this is, let me put the little thingy. And this is where it's at the moment. And I really enjoyed it. Honestly, I think I stopped because I was falling asleep. Because I could have kept on. I could have kept on. The apples are so cute. I'm so enjoying this one. I can see me picking this up as part of my October Halloween / autumn stitching, and the thing about it is once Halloween is over, I can still continue to stitch on this along with my other goodies. And the last whip of my autumn / my Halloween / do I call it Halloween? How did I have it written down? Let me look at my notes, because I have my notes someplace around here. I had it October, so I had it Halloween / autumn stitching. So the last stitch of my Halloween / autumn stitching, the last one is Pumpkin Spice by Shannon Christine. This is what it looked like. Where's my clip go? I just had my clip in my hand. Where did my clip go? This is where Pumpkin Spice was at. Look, you see, I didn't put this one back, so let me put this one back there. And this is where Pumpkin Spice is at currently. From my clip, if I can get it in the clip. This is where it's at. Pumpkin Spice is being stitched on a 28 count linen by Weeks Dye Works, the color of light khaki gingham. I am stitching this with my Saturday Stitch Squad friend Deanna. I am using DMC, no subs, and this is where I'm at. So as you can tell, I have done a lot. According to Markup XP, I have stitched 975 stitches. So I finished the word pumpkins, because when you, as you see, I had dumb, because when I showed it last time, I had to color the words DUM, the letters partial, anyway. And so I've finished the words pumpkin. I finished these two little flowers. I finished the lid, except for the little broad nuts missing there. And yeah, I am enjoying this one. It is so pretty. So I'm excited to work on this one. So, and I know I'm hoping that this is one of those that I can finish, so that I can put up as part of my autumn decor. But then I'm not, if I don't get it done this season, I know I'm gonna get it done for next season. So I'm not stressing about it. So the next one is for my husband's picks. I just have the papers here. Here we go. The next one is for my husband's picks. My husband, I had a conversation. I don't know if you saw last Monday's videos, but my husband had picked 2 projects for the football game thingy that's been going on. I was telling him about how the Floss Tubers are picking a football team, and you know, whatever they score, they have to add is 10 stitches per point, and then they have to stitch it on a project. Well, my husband decided that I wasn't going to stitch 1 project, I was going to stitch 2, because he had 2 teams. His favorite was the Bears. He's ever since Peyton Ash. Yeah, I think it was Peyton Ash. I'm not sure. His favorite Bears football player, it was number 34. So anybody who's a diehard Bears fan knows who I'm talking about. Anyway, so, and then since we moved to Houston, the Texans have become his team. So anyway, he chose two projects. He chose the Modern Folk Embroidery Put a Bird on It, which was great because then I can stay with this, you know that EJ from the Sunshine Stitchers, she chose that as her birthday stitch along. And then so it was great because I can work on it, and hopefully it'll be one of those that I get to finish by the end of the year. And then he also chose This Is a Day by Plum Street Samplers. So I am up to date with, as of last week, I was up to date with This Is a Day. Although the Texans scored 44 points yesterday, so now I have to stitch 440 points. So hopefully by next week, Monday, I will be able to show you that. But for the Put a Bird on It, I'm way behind because let me see, they scored 9, 10, 11, carry the 1. If my math is right, they've scored over 1,000 stitches as of last week, Sunday, and I've only stitched 151. So this is what Put a Bird on It looks like, and then this is where I was at the last time I shared this. And this is where I'm at right now. So I haven't really done anything because I only put 151 stitches. Shame on me, right? So yours truly has to sit down and stitch 1,000 stitches. As of last week, they have scored 1,001 stitches. 1,000. Yeah. As of last week, they've scored 101 stitches, which means I have to stitch 1,001 stitches. So hopefully I'll have it done. They're off this week, which is awesome because it gives me this week to finish it. So that is the end of my whips for this week. This is my little scorecard keeper. So I have to stitch 440 stitches for the Texans, and I have to stitch, well, I stitch 151, so I now have to stitch like 800 and something stitches for the Texans. I got it done because I can, if I put my head to it, I can stitch like, in a day I can stitch like 975, 1,000 stitches. Depends if I don't stop and fall asleep and take naps and all of that stuff. So moving along. So 12 weeks of Christmas. Last week I had picked Right Jolly Old Elf, and we all know I modified it and made changes to it, and this is what Right Jolly Old Elf looks like. This is where it was last week. I didn't stitch a lot on it. I don't know why. I am stitching this in a 14 count Aida by Pictured, is it? No, by Fibers on a Wing, not Picture This Plus. And it's by the color Malachite, and this is what I've done so far. So as you can tell, the gloves was missing the gray, and then it didn't have this part, and so I stitched this little Christmas tree, I guess you call it, and then I started stitching the red block that says joy. So that's what I've done so far. So that's what I've done so far. So what else? So now that this is the end of week 1, we're gonna pick, I finally got my little wheel together, because last week I just picked it because thing, but I'm gonna get my wheel together. I don't know if I had named out which ones I had chosen for the 12 weeks of Christmas, but I had chosen Victorian Christmas Eve, Christmas Rules, Frosty, Holiday Quaker, Frosty Drinks, Christmas Delivery, Winter Village, Yule Goddess, which is Tiny Modernist, Christmas Tree, Santa's House, Green Coat Santa, and of course Right Jolly Old Elf. So let me get out the little spinny wheel, and excuse me 1 second. Come, Duke, knock it off. So let's spin this and see what we're gonna have today. And we are going to be doing Christmas rules. So Christmas rules it is. I need to figure out how to get rid of, once it's done, how to black it out. I'm still learning, sorry. So Christmas rules it is. We're gonna be stitching Christmas rules. I'll be sharing that with you. So my plans for the week, on October 10th, which is Friday, I feel like I'm going down again. On October 10th, which is Friday, is my birthday. Beth Moyes from the Steadfast Stitcher has a Facebook page, which is called Crafts and Books. I am going to link her Facebook page in my description box, and she has been gracious enough to allow me to invite you all to come and celebrate and start my birthday sale with me. I am going to be starting. See my baggie? Where did I put it? I always do this. I am going to be starting Belinda Botanica. I'm going to be starting Belinda Botanica, but you can start anything you want to. It doesn't have to be a witch. It could be a fancy lady. It can be a cat. It can be a dog. It can be anything. You can stitch whatever you want to stitch. I just thought she was beautiful. I love the pumpkins. I like everything about her. I'm just going to be, of course, I'm not me if I don't do any color changes. So I am going to be doing some color conversions. So I will be doing that. So once you join Craft and Books, you have access to the Zoom, because Beth has a Zoom. You have access to the Zoom, and then you can do the Zoom, and we can Zoom on my birthday, which is October 10th. It's a Friday. So I hope you can do that and we can have fun with that. So what else? And that is my plans for this week. My birthday is Friday. I don't know what else I'm gonna do. I think hubby's gonna take me out for dinner or something like that. But I am so looking forward to spending time with you all. Oh, Wednesday I'm gonna do I think it's gonna be week 10 or week 11 of 13 weeks of Halloween, and that's the other one I'm planning to do. So I'll see you hopefully on Wednesday with my 13 weeks of Halloween. Until then, remember, every day may not be good, but there's something good in every day, and smile, because it may be the brightest thing someone saw today. Bye.